right, futures are mixed here ahead of Monday's open. Notably, they are up off of the low, so they got a little bit firmer here today going into the open. S&P futures, at about unchanged, minus 0.05%. The Dow futures are positive by 0.13%, and the NASDAQ positive by 0.15%. So mixed all around, unchanged, but some green arrows there ahead of today's open. Let's take a look at some cues from last session and see where we're going here today. Most sectors on the S&P 500 closed on a negative note, with energy, financials, and healthcare stocks recording the biggest losses on Thursday. However, consumer discretionary and information technology stocks closed the session higher. U.S. stock futures declined on Monday as the NASDAQ, Dow, and S&P indices fell following Thursday's gains. Now, they've paired some of those losses, and they're hanging out around unchanged. Critical peace negotiations in Switzerland, steered by Vice President J.D. Vance and Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi, encountered intense strain on Sunday. President Trump issued an ultimatum on Truth Social, threatening severe U.S. military strikes that would eclipse those from the previous week if Iran does not instantly stop its highly paid proxies in Lebanon. Additionally, Trump stated during a Fox News interview that the U.S. intends to take command of the vital maritime passageway and enforce transit tariffs should the diplomatic negotiations break down. Quote, if they don't make a deal, we'll collect tolls, end quote. Meanwhile, the 10-year Treasury bond yielded 4.49%, and the 2-year bond was at 4.22%. The CME Group's FedWatch tool projections show that the markets are pricing in a 63.7% likelihood that the Federal Reserve leaves the current interest rates unchanged during the June meeting. Now, we've got several stocks in focus here for you today. We got some little guys on the list here today, so just incorporate that into your trading plan if you're interested in any of these. Maybe do a little bit more due diligence than you normally would here. The first stock is going to be YY Group Holdings, and the ticker is YYGH. It dropped 13.08% in the pre-market on Monday after the company announced a 30-for-1 reverse stock split aimed at regaining compliance with NASDAQ listing requirements. The next stock on our list is going to be Hyperscale Data, and the ticker is GPUS. It tumbled 36.66% after it announced a $300 million at-the-market equity offering. The next stock on our list is going to be SagTech Global, and the ticker is SAGT. It surged 92.93% after issuing financial year 2026 guidance that projected 35% revenue growth. SagTech projected $25.78 million in revenue, which is up from $19.1 million in revenue in the financial year of 2025. Next stock on our list is going to be Intel, ticker INTC. It rose 3.84%, extending last week's gains as President Trump confirmed a long-rumored partnership between the chipmaker and Apple, ticker AAPL. The last stock on our list is going to be Getty Images Holdings. The ticker is GETY. It zoomed 170.2% after it announced a display agreement with OpenAI. Under the partnership, Getty Images licensed content libraries will appear across OpenAI search and discovery experiences with ChatGPT.